So many network marketers fall in love with a health and wellness product, and then they realize that there's an incredible opportunity to build the lifestyle and income of their dreams. But what happens when you get started and you run out of friends and family to talk to, and what you're doing on social media just isn't quite getting you where you want to be? Well, the truth is, it's probably not your fault. It just takes a little marketing know-how that you may not be getting from anywhere else. So on this podcast, I'm sharing with you the secrets that I've been able to learn from all of my top earner friends and mentors. I'm pulling back the curtain on exactly what it takes to get people excited about the wellness products that you have to offer, to help people improve their lives, and to get you to the rank that you want to be at. My name is Soraya Goddard, and this is Secrets to Marketing Your Wellness MLM.
Hey friends, how are you? I'm back to talk more about Instagram Reels. So if you missed my last episode, you might want to pause this and go back and listen to it. You definitely want to go watch my previous episode or listen to my previous episode if you are not sold on the idea of doing Reels. Now look, I don't gain anything by convincing you to do Instagram Reels. But I have been able to grow my following, make connections, and make sales from Instagram Reels. So when that happens and I find something that's working, I feel that it's my obligation to share that with you. And so here I am talking again about Reels and giving you some tips. And so, look, I understand that a lot of you are intimidated by Reels. You don't like the idea of dancing. You don't want to do the finger pointing at the words. You feel awkward. You feel like it's forced. And I understand that because that was me also. And I felt like that 100%. In fact, I was saying in the last episode that I resisted it pretty heavily for a while. And what changed my mind? Seeing people blow their accounts up. That's what changed my mind. And understanding how really simple it could be. All of the reels that I've made in the last, month, none of them have taken longer than 15 minutes. And so I know that it's a very, it's just a really effective tool. That's really all it is, right? So I want to show you a couple tips. I'm going to give you 7 tips today, rapid fire stuff. So this will be kind of a short episode, but I'm going to give you 7 tips that are going to help you get more exposure on your Reels. Are you ready? So if you're not sure about Reels and you're kind of on the fence, understand that they don't take very long. Okay. They really don't take very long. And if you're like, yes, but they do for me, I've got a workshop for you this Saturday. It's actually March 20th is my workshop. So if you're watching this after or listening to this after March 20th, that's totally fine. You can buy the replay as well. But I've got a live workshop March 20th that will walk you through everything you need to know to get started with Reels. So I will either message me, or if you're listening to this on the podcast, the link is in the show notes, and I will get you that workshop info. But since I can't do a 2-hour workshop right now, let me just give you a couple quick tips. 7 rapid fire tips on how to improve your Reels. Are you ready? So number 1, do them consistently. Now, I know that this is generic advice that I would say about any platform, right? Do TikToks consistently, or if you're doing YouTube videos, do YouTube videos consistently. Like whatever your platform of choice, you've got to show up consistently. That is no different for Reels. But I will tell you that the more that you do Reels right now, and I am recording this March 2021, the more that you do Reels, the more likely it is that people will be interested in your content. For a couple of reasons, because Instagram is going to push it out more, and people will come over to your Reels and they'll start watching all of them. And I know that that happens because I do it to other people. So the more that you do them, the more likely you are to reap the benefits of them. Okay, so that's number 1. Tip number 2 is to use a cover photo. Now, this can be helpful for a couple reasons. Number 1, if you like your feed to be aesthetically pleasing, it's not required, certainly not required for growth at all. But if you do like that, you have a certain vibe going of your feed, just slap a cover photo on it, right? It could be a photo that you take. You could make it in Canva. There's lots of ways to be creative, but you can kind of control what your grid looks like a little bit easier with a cover photo. But it also is a feature on Instagram, and Instagram likes you to use all their stuff, right? So if they bring out Instagram stories, they want you to use stories. If they bring out reels, they want you to use reels. If they bring out, stickers and quizzes and polls, they want you to use all this stuff. So it's just another thing that you can use on your reels by adding a very simple cover photo that just indicates to Instagram that you're here, you're engaged, you're an active account, and it's easy to do. It's certainly not required to have a cover photo, but again, I'm giving you 7 tips that'll just get you a little bit more exposure and that I highly recommend. Okay, so that's number 2, do a cover photo. Number 3, don't forget to add text. Add text to your reel. I promise you that most of the people that are watching your reel are not watching it with the sound on, okay? People are looking at it when they're in bathroom breaks and they're in meetings and all sorts of other crazy stuff, and they don't have the volume on. So make sure you caption it, or at least put a text caption of something like the joke, right? Whatever you're talking about. That's tip number 3. Number 4, always post your reels to your feed. Always post your reels to your feed. This is good for a couple reasons. Number 1, again, it's a feature that Instagram wants you to use, so they're going to reward you for doing that. Number 2, if it's on your feed, it's going to show up, or if you post it to your feed, it's going to show up in other people's feeds. So if you don't post it to your feed, nobody's going to see it as they're scrolling Instagram, unless they go to your profile, click on the Reels tab, and see, oh, did she happen to post a new one? And nobody's ever going to do that. So it's got to be on your grid to show up in people's feeds. Okay, so that's really, really, really important. Don't forget to post them to your Instagram feed. Tip number 5, don't forget hashtags. Now, I could spend 2 hours just training on hashtags, but the short version is pick 28 to 30 hashtags, whatever number you care about. There's no exact, it doesn't really matter, but pick a bunch of hashtags. You can have them already pre-done in your notes on your phone. You can use the same ones for a couple weeks. It's not that big of a deal, and slap them on there, because yes, reels are searchable by hashtags. So a lot of people are creating reels and then forgetting that they have this tool to get eyeballs on their stuff. So definitely use all your hashtags. That is tip number 5. Tip number 6, as I said before, if there's a feature that Instagram allows you to use, the more that you use it, the better it will be. And so on your reels, make sure that you are trying things like filters, that you're using trending sounds, that you're experimenting with all of the features that are available to you. Again, people can search by sound. People can find you by hashtags. These are all just multiple ways that people can find your account. And, I get asked the question all the time, well, how do I grow on Instagram? Well, the first step is making people know that you exist. And if you don't post stuff on your feed that's really fun or entertaining or educational or interesting or aesthetically pleasing or a combination of those, doesn't matter. But if there's no reason for someone to come to your Instagram feed, then they're certainly not going to follow you, because they won't find you. But then when they get there, it's got to be good. Otherwise, they won't stick around, right? So you've got to be able to keep that attention. That is so important. So use filters, use stickers, use, sounds. Trending sounds are great. I'm going to teach you guys in the workshop all about how to use trending sounds, how to find trending sounds, how to figure out how to put your own spin on it. It's going to be amazing. Okay. That's tip number 6. Use all of the features like filters and stickers and sounds. Last tip, and this is the one that I guarantee you are probably struggling with right now if you are still not convinced that you need to do reels. And this is that you've got to show some personality. You've got to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and show the real you. I was joking, if you heard my podcast a couple episodes where I was interviewing my dear friend Shauna, we got into the conversation about what is the you that is like your personality hanging out on a couch Friday night with your best friend. Show that personality, because that person is funny, is probably a little bit sassier than you typically show up online. That person usually has some sarcasm or maybe some spunk. And a lot of times people have trouble conveying that on Instagram. Reels are a great way to do that. Reels just make it so stinking simple to like take a trending sound, get a little bit of attitude or make a funny joke. And people are like, oh, she's funny, right? All I see is static pictures of her usually, but she's got a personality. So it's a great thing. So my last tip, number 7, show some personality, which is very, very easy to do. So I hope that that helps. Again, I just am a big fan. I think that Reels are accessible to everybody. And look, everything that I just said, you could also apply to TikTok. So if you're like, hey, I don't do Instagram, I only live on TikTok, or you're doing both, amazing. All this stuff can still apply. The same principles apply. The mechanics are a little bit different. So I hope that this helped. If you are interested in coming to my workshop, I highly recommend it. It is definitely affordable for any budget. It is a 2-hour workshop. You will get the replay. I'm going to walk you through all the strategy that is required to create Reels, and then the technical know-how, like the questions that you've been asking people that you haven't Googled yet, which you can always Google them as well, but I'm going to give you the overview. All right. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to give you guys some bonuses. I haven't even really announced these yet, but I'm going to give you a list of reel ideas. I'm going to give you some example titles. Like, it's just dummy proof. I'm laying it all out for you. I'm basically doing everything but coming to your house and filming the stinking reel with you, which if you live in San Antonio, Texas, let's partner up and let's go film some reels. Kind of kidding, kind of not. Anyways, all right, guys, I hope that that really helped you. I hope that you are at least getting out of your comfort zone and experimenting a little bit, because you never know what is on the other side of getting just a little bit more uncomfortable than you already are. You know, I actually posted a reel about 30 minutes ago that was kind of poking fun at some people, maybe you. A lot of people show up online and they use the excuse that they're introverts for not doing the thing that scares them. And I will tell you that I am an introvert as well. It's hard to believe, not everybody believes it when I say it, but I was terrified the first time I showed up online. I was a little bit nervous to post my first reel. I was absolutely mortified to go live on Facebook the first time. All of these things, though, become second nature the more that you do them. So the only way to get good at something is to do it over and over again. There is no excuse, and this is just my little tough love coming out. There's so many people who say, I want to grow my account, but yet they're not putting in the work to actually do it. I want to get my message out. I want to make sales. I want to enroll more people in my team. Yeah, but you've got these tools and you're just not using them, right? Like, that's what I want to encourage you to do, is just take a little step out of your comfort zone and try something that you haven't done before, or take, you know, the success that you've already seen and just explode it a little bit more, amp it up a little bit more, put a little bit of extra gasoline on all the work that you've done, and let Instagram get your message out further to more people so that more people can know what you're all about, get to know you, get to trust you, and they might be interested in what you have to offer if you can help them with a problem. Okay, so that's my pitch. I appreciate you guys so much. I will drop, if you're watching this on Facebook, I will drop the link to the workshop in the first comment on this video. If you're listening to this on the podcast, it'll be in the show notes. Whether you are listening on iTunes or Spotify or anywhere else, just go to the notes and you will see it there to register. All right, talk soon. Bye.
Hey friends, I hope you enjoyed Secrets to Marketing Your Wellness MLM. Before you go though, I have something for you. If you are looking to grow your audience online via social media so that you can have people getting excited about your products and reaching out to you to learn more, then you need my cheat sheet that has 50 health and wellness Facebook Live topics that will attract an audience to you. It also walks you through the secret 4-part formula that you can follow on both Facebook and Instagram that is proven to have people reaching out to you. And when you get it, I am also sending you guys an audio file for those of you who love to listen to the information on the go. You can get both of those things at www.sorayagoddard.com/podcast. Again, that's sorayagoddard.com/podcast. SORAYAGODDARD.com/podcast. Thanks so much. Chat soon.